Part 12 of Blast, Issue Number 1. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Vortex, Gaudier Brzewska. Sculptural energy is the mountain. Sculptural feeling is the appreciation of masses in relation. Sculptural ability is the defining of these masses by planes. The Paleolithic vortex resulted in the decoration of the Dordogne caverns. Early Stone Age man disputed the earth with animals. His livelihood depended on the hazards of the hunt. His greatest victory, the domestication of a few species. Out of the minds primordially preoccupied with animals, Fond de Gaume gained its procession of horses carved in the rock. The driving power was life in the absolute, the plastic expression the fruitful sphere. The sphere is thrown through space. It is the soul and object of the vortex. The intensity of existence had revealed to man a truth of form. His manhood was strained to the highest potential, his energy brutal, his opulent maturity was convex. The acute fight subsided at the birth of the three primary civilizations. It always retained more intensity east. The Hamite vortex of Egypt, the land of plenty. Man succeeded in his far-reaching speculations. Honour to the divinity. Religion pushed him to the use of the vertical, which inspires awe. His gods were self-made. He built them in his image, and retained as much of the sphere as could round the sharpness of the parallelogram. He preferred the pyramid to the mastaba. The fair Greek felt this influence across the Middle Sea. The fair Greek saw himself only. He petrified his own semblance. His sculpture was derivative, his feeling for form secondary. The absence of direct energy lasted for 1,000 years. The Indians felt the Hamitic influence through Greek spectacles. Their extreme temperament inclined towards asceticism. Admiration of non-desire as a balance against abuse produced a kind of sculpture without new form perception, and which is the result of the peculiar vortex of blackness and silence. Plastic soul is intensity of life bursting the plain. The German barbarians were verily whirled by the mysterious need of acquiring new arable lands. They moved restlessly, like strong oxen stampeding. The Semitic vortex was the lust of war. The men of Elam, of Assur, of Babel and the Khita, the men of Armenia and those of Canaan, had to slay each other cruelly for the possession of fertile valleys. Their gods sent them the vertical direction, the earth, the sphere. They elevated the sphere in a splendid squatness and created the horizontal. From Sargon to Amiens-Nassir-Pal, men built man-headed bulls in horizontal flight walk. Men flayed their captives alive and erected howling lions. The elongated horizontal sphere buttressed on 4 columns, and their kingdoms disappeared. Christ flourished and perished in Judah. Christianity gained Africa, and from the seaports of the Mediterranean it won the Roman Empire. The stampeding Franks came into violent contact with it, as well as with the Greco-Roman tradition. They were swamped by the remote reflections of the 2 vortices of the West. Gothic sculpture was but a faint echo of the Hamito-Semitic energies through Roman traditions, and it lasted 500 years, and it wilfully divagated again into the Greek derivation from the land of Amen-Ra. Vortex of a vortex! Vortex is the point one and indivisible. Vortex is energy, and it gave forth solid excrements in the 4,500, liquid until the 17th century, gases whistle till now. This is the history of form value in the West until the fall of Impressionism. The black-haired men who wandered through the pass of Khotan into the valley of the Yellow River lived peacefully tilling their lands, and they grew prosperous. Their Paleolithic feeling was intensified. As gods they had themselves in the persons of their human ancestors, and of the spirits of the horse and of the land and the grain. The sphere swayed. The vortex was absolute. The Shang and Chow dynasties produced the convex bronze vases. The features of Tao Tie were inscribed inside of the square with the rounded corners. The centuple spherical frog presided over the inverted truncated cone that is the bronze war drum. The vortex was intense maturity. Maturity is fecundity. They grew numerous, and it lasted for 6,000 years. The force relapsed, and they accumulated wealth, forsook their work, and losing their form understanding through the Han and Tang dynasties, they founded the Ming and found artistic ruin and sterility. The sphere lost significance, and they admired themselves. During their great period, offshoots from their race had landed on another continent. After many wanderings, some tribes settled on the highlands of Yucatan and Mexico. When the Ming were losing their conception, these Neo-Mongols had a flourishing state. Through the strain of warfare, they submitted the Chinese sphere to horizontal treatment, much as the Semites had done. Their cruel nature and temperament supplied them with a stimulant, the vortex of destruction. Besides these highly developed peoples, there lived on the world other races, inhabiting Africa and the ocean islands. When we first knew them, they were very near the Paleolithic stage. Though they were not so much dependent upon animals, their expenditure of energy was wide, for they began to till the land and practise crafts rationally, and they fell into a contemplation before their sex, the sight of their great energy, their convex maturity. They pulled the sphere lengthways and made the cylinder. This is the vortex of fecundity, and it has left us the masterpieces that are known as love charms. The soil was hard, material difficult to win from nature, storms frequent, as also fevers and other epidemics. They got frightened. This is the vortex of fear. Its mass is the pointed cone, its masterpieces the fetishes. And we, the moderns, Epstein, Brancusi, Archipenko, Dunikovsky, Modigliani, and myself, through the incessant struggle of the complex city, have likewise to spend much energy. The knowledge of our civilization embraces the world. We have mastered the elements. We have been influenced by what we liked most, each according to his own individuality. We have crystallized the sphere into the cube. We have made a combination of all the possible shaped masses, concentrating them to express our abstract thoughts of conscious superiority. Will and consciousness are our vortex. End of Part 12. End of Blast, issue number 1.